This content is presented purely for educational purposes. It does not condone or promote violence or unauthorized behavior in any form. All names, events, and organizations referenced are drawn from publicly available records and open source research. Viewer discretion is advised due to the sensitive nature of the subject matter. On March 7, 2025, Kern Valley State Prison in Delano, California, became the focus of an official investigation following the tragic loss of an incarcerated individual. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation promptly classified the fatal outcome as a possible homicide, underscoring the gravity of the situation and the facility's commitment to a full and transparent inquiry. This article aims to provide a comprehensive educational overview of the events surrounding that day. It retains every factual element, names, dates, timelines, locations, and other crucial details, while presenting them in a neutral, respectful tone suitable for a wider audience, including those seeking to learn about how such incidents are handled within the California correctional system. Kern Valley State Prison, context and background. Kern Valley State Prison sits on approximately 600 acres in Delano, California. In operation since 2005, it has a unique structure designed to accommodate different levels of incarcerated populations. The facility encompasses 1. 4 semi-autonomous level OIV 180 design facilities. These are set up to house individuals classified under the highest security needs. 2 standalone restricted housing units, often reserved for those requiring heightened security or close monitoring due to behavioral or administrative concerns. A lethal electrified perimeter fence, a specialized measure intended to deter escape attempts. 4. A level Y minimum support facility. This lower security area is intended for incarcerated persons who are deemed less likely to pose a threat to staff, visitors, or other residents. According to public records, KVSP began receiving level I populations in June 2005. The level IV populations, which require a more controlled and structured environment, were introduced in July 2005. The institution's design reflects the Cdcr's overarching mission to maintain security while providing rehabilitative services. Timeline of the March 7, 2025 incident. 5:47 p.m. Incarcerated persons Gilbert Garcia and Rodolfo Cortez allegedly initiated a physical confrontation against another individual, identified as 37-year-old incarcerated person, Mr. German M. Marino. This reportedly occurred in the day room, a communal area within KVSP where individuals generally have supervised recreational time or social interaction. Immediate response. Upon noticing the incident, correctional staff quickly intervened. They moved to stop the confrontation, employing established de-escalation protocols and prison response procedures. Officers also took note of an improvised device discovered at the scene. Life-saving efforts. Recognizing the severity of Mr. Marino's injuries, correctional personnel administered immediate aid, initiating life-saving measures on site. 911 was activated to secure additional medical support beyond the prison's own triage and treatment area. 6:22 p.m. Despite best efforts by both prison medical staff and arriving paramedics, Mr. Marino was pronounced deceased. The loss of life in any custodial setting triggers an extensive investigative process, which ensures clarity regarding circumstances and accountability where needed. Official classification and investigative process. In line with correctional procedures, the Cdcr began treating Mr. Marino's passing as a potential homicide. KVSP officials, under the leadership of the Investigative Services Unit, took immediate measures to secure all evidence and witness statements. Key aspects of the investigation included 1. Securing the scene. The day room area was immediately quarantined, ensuring no further tampering of evidence. 2. Threat assessment. The facility was placed on a 24-hour threat assessment, a standard protocol designed to ensure no continuing risk to either staff or other incarcerated individuals. Evidence recovery. 1 improvised device was confiscated. Investigators generally attempt to determine the origin and method of construction for such items to prevent future incidents. Administrative action. Gilbert Garcia and Rodolfo Cortez were placed in restricted housing. This move is standard pending the completion of a comprehensive inquiry. It also ensures that anyone potentially involved is separated from the general population during the investigation. 5. Interagency collaboration, Kern County District Attorney's Office. Typically, the local DA's office reviews evidence to decide if any additional criminal charges will be filed beyond those already imposed. Office of the Inspector General, notified in compliance with oversight responsibilities. Kern County Coroner, tasked with determining the official cause of death following an autopsy and forensic analysis. The individuals involved: 1. Mr. German M. Marino. Reception history: most recently received from Los Angeles County on May 2, 2012. Offense and sentence: served a life sentence without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder. Incident outcome: tragically pronounced deceased at 6:22 p.m. On March 7, 2025, Mr. Gilbert Garcia. Reception history: received from Los Angeles County on February 19, 2024. Offense and sentence: 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon, resulting in an 11-year sentence. Post-incident status: transferred to restricted housing where he remains pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation. 3. Mr. Rodolfo Cortez. Reception history: received from Los Angeles County on December 19, 2012. Offenses and sentence: 2 counts of second-degree robbery, 1 count of carjacking, and 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer, leading to a 24-year sentence. Post-incident status: also placed in restricted housing to facilitate a thorough investigative process. Understanding restricted housing. Restricted housing, often referred to in broader public discussions as administrative segregation or ADSEG, is typically a controlled environment meant to isolate individuals who, 1. may pose a threat to staff or other incarcerated individuals, may require protection from the main population, 3. are under active investigation for alleged misconduct or rule infractions. Placement in restricted housing is not a punitive measure in itself, but rather a procedural step at ensuring both safety and integrity of ongoing inquiries. The role of oversight and accountability. When a fatal outcome occurs within a state facility, multiple agencies and oversight bodies engage to ensure a transparent process. In the case of the March 7th incident, Investigative Services Unit specializes in fact-finding within the prison environment. Its members have training in evidence collection, interviewing witnesses, and collaborating with external law enforcement units if necessary. Kern County District Attorney's Office reviews cases to assess if further legal action is warranted. If probable cause exists, additional charges may be brought. Office of the Inspector General provides independent oversight of California's correctional system. By remaining separate from direct prison administration, the OIG can offer unbiased scrutiny. Kern County Coroner, legally mandated to investigate deaths to confirm cause and manner. While homicide may be suspected by correctional authorities, the coroner's scientific and forensic assessment remains a key factor in any final determination. Immediate aftermath, the 24-hour threat assessment. Following such an incident, Kern Valley State Prison typically enacts a 24-hour threat assessment. This process allows security personnel and institutional leadership to conduct interviews with individuals who may have witnessed the confrontation, review camera footage if available in order to piece together the timeline of events, determine whether any larger disputes exist that could lead to additional unauthorized activities, evaluate if the involved individuals had prior conflicts or any known risks that might have triggered the confrontation. The overarching goal is to ensure the safety of everyone on site while collecting accurate data for the ongoing investigation. Broader implications and educational observations. While any fatal outcome in a correctional setting is a cause for concern, it also underscores the complexities of managing high-security institutions. This March 7th event exemplifies several key points relevant to students of criminal justice, sociology, or institutional administration. 1. Security measures versus human factors. Even with advanced surveillance, trained staff, and strict protocols, interpersonal conflicts can and do arise. reflecting broader social and psychological factors. 2. Investigative rigor. Incidents of this nature trigger multi-layered reviews. This ensures accountability, fairness, and adherence to policy within the correctional system. 3. Legal complexity. Individuals may be serving sentences for one set of convictions, but can face additional legal implications if a serious in-prison violation occurs. Systemic oversight. External bodies like the District Attorney's Office and the Office of the Inspector General provide additional checks, making sure that each incident is examined thoroughly without partiality. Moving forward. In the days and weeks that follow, information from KVSP's Investigative Services Unit will be compiled, examined, and shared with the Kern County District Attorney's Office, which then decides whether to pursue new charges against Gilbert Garcia or Rodolfo Cortez. Concurrently, the Office of the Inspector General will monitor the process to ensure proper adherence to procedure. For families affected by this situation, support services may be available, including victim services for the deceased relatives who bear the emotional toll of such an event. Legal representation or advocacy groups may also become involved on behalf of all parties, ensuring transparency. Meanwhile, the Kern County Coroner's Office will release a detailed report on Mr. Marino's official cause of death, which often includes autopsy results and toxicology findings. This final piece of information can provide clarity on whether the injuries sustained during the confrontation were solely responsible for the fatal outcome, or if any other medical factors contributed. Conclusion. The events of March 7, 2025, at Kern Valley State Prison serve as a stark reminder of the challenges inherent in high-security environments. While correctional institutions operate under stringent regulations aimed at preventing violent confrontations, complete safety can be difficult to guarantee. Yet, the immediate administrative response combined with multi-agency cooperation underscores the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation's efforts to uphold accountability and transparency. Above all, it is essential to view this incident within the broader context of correctional administration and public safety. A serious event that calls for rigorous investigation, lessons learned, and policy reviews. This article, offered with the intent of educating and informing, remains neutral and fact-based, preserving every known detail without sensationalism.